Hello and welcome to ERi-TV English News Broadcast. We thank you for joining us on our January 30th English News Broadcast, and we invite you to stay with us up until the end. To begin with, I present you the top stories. Conference conducted to enhance role of students in preserving the environment. Youth Week adding impetus to fulfilling martyrs' trust. Iran condemns EU's decision to designate the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps as terrorist organization. And 20 killed and 11 arrested in an attack on Niamey airport. In today's domestic news, a conference aimed at enhancing the role of students in environmental preservation was conducted on January 26th in the port city of Asab. The conference, which was organized in collaboration with the Ministry of Land, Water and Environment and the Ministry of Education, focused on establishing environmental clubs in junior and secondary schools and enabling students to play their due part in environmental preservation. Engineer Omar Mahmoud, acting head of agriculture and land in the region, urged students to enhance their understanding of the environment and natural resources and to actively participate in their preservation. He also called on the public to refrain from the use of plastics, which are among the main causes of environmental pollution. Mr. Aman Saleh, head of information and promotion at the branch office of the Ministry of Land, Water and Environment, stated that climate change, deforestation, soil erosion, biodiversity degradation, air pollution, irregular rainfall, depletion of underground water and the extinction of forestry and wildlife resources are among the major environmental challenges. At the event, a general knowledge competition focusing on environmental issues was conducted among students with a view to enhancing their awareness, and awards were presented to winners. Moving on to the Northern Red Sea region, participants of the Youth Week currently underway in the Northern Red Sea region stated that the program, beyond promoting awareness and preservation of national resources, has significant contribution in preparing youth to shoulder major responsibilities. Noting that the program, which is being conducted in the form of competitions, has significant contribution in teaching national culture and values among the youth, the participants called for its continuity with improved organization and enriched content. They further stated that seminars conducted focusing on the Salina 77 remembrance and intangible heritage have contributed to expanding their understanding of national history, particularly the EPLF offensive to liberate the port city of Massawa in 1977 at Salina. Noting that Youth Week has significant contribution in helping young people identify their talents and leadership qualities, the participants called for the organization of similar programs at village levels. As part of the program, participants conducted tours to historical sites in the region, as well as to the Northern Red Sea Museum. The Northern Red Sea Region Youth Week, which is being conducted under the theme Our Sea, Our Future, will conclude on January 31st. Moving on, a meeting aimed at reviewing promotional activities and training programs conducted to eradicate harmful practices, particularly underage marriage and female genital mutilation, was held in the Adghaya Samson. The meeting was organized by the branch offices of the Ministries of Labor and Social Welfare and Health in collaboration with the National Union of Eritrean Women. At the meeting, which was attended by public representatives, religious leaders, prosecutors and students' representatives, it was reported that in 2025, commendable efforts were exerted to ensure children's rights and eradicate harmful practices. Mr. Waldab Gabriel, head of healthcare services, elaborating on the health consequences of underage marriage and female genital mutilation, called for sustained public awareness-raising activities. Ms. Medhanit Girmay, head of the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare branch, called on administrators at all levels to strengthen participation in efforts aimed at eradicating harmful practices. Speaking at the event, Mr. Kiros Gabramariam, Managing Director of the Subzone, urged the public and stakeholders to enhance their participation and expressed the readiness of the subzonal administration to play its part in the effort. Do stay tuned, dear viewers, for we shall be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. Now, the global arena. Iran strongly has condemned the European Union's decision to designate the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, IRGC, as a terrorist organization. The EU foreign ministers agreed earlier in the day in Brussels to add the IRGC to the bloc's terrorist list. EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Kaja Kallas, stated. Denouncing the EU's move in a Thursday statement, the General Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces warned that the European policymakers would be directly responsible for their move's precarious repercussions. Iran's Foreign Minister Said Abbas Araghchi also slammed the EU decision. The Foreign Minister said that EU, after pursuing snapback at the request of the United States, it is now making another major strategic mistake by designating his country's national military as a supposed terrorist organization. Meanwhile, on the same date, the EU imposed restrictive measures on an additional 15 persons and 6 entities of Iran, bringing the total restrictive measures imposed to 247 persons and 50 entities. In today's final report, Niger's defense and security forces on Thursday neutralized at least 20 mercenaries and arrested 11 others in response to an attack on Niamey's Diori Hamani International Airport. In an announcement, Niger's Ministry of National Defense said the defense and security forces also recovered a significant cache of war materials and several motorcycles used by the attackers. According to the ministry, the attack occurred on the night from Wednesday to Thursday, when a group of mercenaries on a remotely directed mission targeted Airbase 101 near the airport. While the attack was thwarted, 4 soldiers were wounded and equipment was damaged, including a stockpile of ammunition that caught fire, according to the ministry. Niger's government has officially condemned France, Benin and Ivory Coast for funding the attack. It is to be recalled that Niger ordered the withdrawal of the French military from its territory in 2023. The country has ever since established allies with neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali, anchored on common interests. This wraps up our domestic and international report for this session, dear viewers. Before we finalize, I present you the top stories once more. Conference conducted to enhance role of students in preserving the environment. Youth Week adding impetus to fulfilling military strand. In our international, Iran condemns EU's decision to designate the IRGC as terrorist organization. And 20 killed and 11 arrested in an attack on Niamey airport. This was the World on Friday with ERi-TV English News broadcast. Dear viewers, from all of us here, thank you for watching. Join us again on our tomorrow's broadcast. Until then, stay well.